just made a mistake in there and fucking lost, man. But I'm not giving up. I'm not going nowhere. I'm still a high-level world-class athlete, and I made a little mistake just like everybody else does. He sent some weird Chinese ritual to me or something saying that to heal up soon, and I didn't even know if it was actually a call-out or not. I just want to get my hands on him and hurt him because he just was saying extra stuff that didn't need to be said, saying that I'm white privileged and shit. He sounds like a fan. So now I honestly don't have any other eyes on any other opponent in the UFC except for him right now. That just means his homies don't care about it. My homies stopped me from getting shot. So fuck his homie. Hey, my boy Parry Punch got all the juice on his stuff. He can say all that white boy stuff. I've heard that my whole life. I'm from Baltimore. Guns, I've seen people go do stupid shit. My homies selling drugs, losing drugs, getting robbed. Like, I've seen all of that. I've seen people shot, fucking dead, everything. I got away from that lifestyle. Obviously, he hasn't. My boy Dumas get his ass took off in Baltimore. Where the hell was all these guys at before I signed a contract with the top kickboxer in the UFC right now? They wasn't nowhere. They see me make a little mistake and they're going to get their ass caught up in that octagon, getting in there with the wrong person. I'm going to fuck him up and everybody else that's calling me out right now.
All right, so today I'm joined once again by Dylan, the Mindless Hulk Budka. Welcome back, bro.
What's up, bro? Good to see you again.
Good to see you, man. So let the fans know we got a quick interview today because you're in between training. So we're just going to get right into it, okay? After your fight, it's about a month removed. You lost your UFC debut, unfortunately. But where are you at mentally and physically coming off of this?
After I took that fight and I got finished, it obviously wasn't what we planned to happen and what you want to happen in any fight that you take. But I took a week or two off to really prepare my mind. I got a little too fat in the process of doing that, but I took the week and a half off to really get my mind situated with everything that happened and pretty much all of what comes with losing like that too, and what you got to fix and what I got to fix. And I think I got my mind set on what I want to do and how I got to do it with the different I want to do in the room. I'm working with a new boxing gym now. Trying to fix some of the things I made mistakes in the fight. So I'm ready to go now. And I'm excited to get back in. I wish I didn't have a little suspension for the finish so I could get in there a little sooner.
Right.
Cage.
Sorry, you cut out a little bit. What was the thing you said at the end? You said you wish you got in there a little sooner, but...
I wish the suspension didn't hold me off as long as it does, but we'll be in there a little sooner. I would be in there sooner than what I am. Right. But after the suspension's done, we'll be right in there, ready to fight again.
Okay. And yeah, you already got some barking up your chain, which we'll talk about in a second. But just to talk about the fight a little bit more, last couple things about that. Were you healthy going into that? And then also, I'm just kind of curious about, well, first off, before you answer that, what do you think went wrong in that fight?
I think that I did the wrong type of game plan. Of course, what most people would have did in there with a guy like that is go in there and try to take him down and beat him up on the ground. He was smart, and he was a better man that day. And then second round I came out, I was all gassed out from trying to take him down as much as I was. And I made a mistake, and I learned from it, and it won't happen again. And hopefully me and Caesar can run it back as he goes up the rankings, which I'm sure he was. He's a great opponent, really respectful. And I'll see him again in the future for sure.
Okay, for sure. And then, like I also just kind of asked you, were you healthy going into that one? Just kind of curious about that.
I had one of the easiest cuts I've ever had my entire career. The night before, we were on weight. Nothing was injured. Nothing was hurt. I just really just made a mistake in there and fucking lost, man. You know, it happens in the sport, though. Happens to the best of us. But I'm not giving up. I'm not going nowhere. I'm still on the same game plan I was before that fight. And with my next fight, I'm looking forward to getting in there and getting the first win.
Okay, fair enough. And, you know, it's understandable if people are injured. I usually like to ask that after the fight instead of before, just because you can't divulge that. But you're saying no excuses. You got a good weight cut. It was all good. You lost, everything and it is what it is.
Yeah. It was, honestly, I was so surprised how easy the weight came off. Every UFC did their part with me. My coaches did their part. My teammates did their part. He was the better fighter that day.
Beautiful. Fair enough. All right. Now, after the fight, right, we got Sedriques Dumas, SD Dumas, fellow Dana White's Contender Series alum. He called you out immediately. He said, I actually have it. Well, you could say it better than me. I actually don't have it right here. But he said, I want Dylan next, right? Give me Dylan next. And
Yeah.
he said, give me him in June.
Yeah. It started off with it was a friendly little. He sent some weird Chinese ritual to me or something, saying that to heal up soon, and I didn't even know if it was actually a call out or not, because I was looking at the ritual like, what is this? And I was like, all right, cool, he's being respectful. And then it gets to going on the mainstream, and then the same thing all these other fighters do when they get a chance to be on the mainstream of the Mindless Hulk's Instagram and stuff, and start talking crazy and that's what the people like to see and everything. But like he just took it a different way. I'm respectful of all my opponents until they start talking crazy in disrespectful ways. And now I just want to hurt him, bro. I just want to get my hands on him and hurt him, because he just was saying extra stuff that didn't need to be said, saying that I'm white privileged and shit. Like, I'm not white privileged. I remember sleeping on the side of the street, sleeping in my buddy's basement. I'm still not rich right now, but like I'm doing what I got to do just like him. And he's talking crazy, trying to say who I am and shit, like talking about my parents and shit. So now I just want to hurt him, and I really don't want to fight anybody else but him. And even though I don't want to clog this up with more names, Josh Frem called me out today. Everybody's calling me out. They see a little fight where I choke up a little bit and think they can take me down or fucking will do whatever they want with me, but it's not how it is. I made a little mistake. I'm gonna get back in there and fuck up anybody that gets in there with me. So I'm still a high-level world-class athlete, and I made a little mistake just like everybody else does. And they look goofy. They have 4 to 5 fights in the UFC, and they're calling out somebody with 1 fight in the UFC. They look very, very goofy doing that, and I don't think they understand that, but I'll take it. I'll go up there and shoot up the rankings as quick as possible if they want to keep giving me them fights. But I'm just waiting for whoever wants it. I'll get in there with anybody that does it. I ain't scared to sign no contract. I'll sign any contract. If they said you're going against Francis tomorrow, I'll try to figure out some way to get in their contract.
Right. And, so, yeah, that is one of the biggest things, right, is SD's kind of, he feels like he knows who you are a little bit. Let's put it like that. He also compared your guys' story, his life story to yours. He feels like he's been through the harder path. I tried to tell him, I said, hey, Dylan's from Baltimore, not a good area in the U.S., and things like this. He's not rich. He doesn't come from money. He lost his parents, unfortunately. But SD, with his circumstances, he feels like, I'll put it like this. He feels like he knows kids, too, who grew up without parents. He is almost thinking like, you're privileged because you had your parents until after high school. But, I'm not going to tell him everything about, like, other stuff you've been through. But it's just, that's kind of what's going on with that. Any thoughts on that?
I feel like he's trying to stalk my life, man. He sounds like a fan. He sounds like a fan, bro. I was waking up and I was having captions under my posts by him, like at 8 o'clock while he's in the car smoking a blunt. Like I'm not worried about him. I'm not worried about none of them guys. But if they want to fight, I'll get in there and fight with them regardless of the situation. But he doesn't know who I am. Nobody can tell me who I am from my social media. They can't tell me what I've been through. They can't tell me what I've done, because I keep it very locked down, exactly everything I've been through, except for like podcasts like I've been with you. So he must not have done that much research, because he's trying to sound privileged and stuff and all that like that. But I don't know. It's just annoying shit that he's saying. Honestly, it's just annoying me now, because he's trying to act like he knows me and he knows nothing about me. Like I didn't even have my parents throughout all high school, so he's wrong about that too. So, and that has nothing to do with a fight. Like there's a point of trash talk, and then there's a point of disrespect, and he took it to the disrespect part. So now I honestly don't have any other eyes on any other opponent in the UFC except for him right now. And I won't be happy until I get into the cage with him.
Okay, fair enough. So you want to acknowledge, as far as anything is like him saying you got an easier life than him, it's like you guys both come from a rough background, right? It's you not come from money or anything like that. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, why can't we just both be from the fucking hardship? Why has he got to be better hardship? What is he trying to get to? Like, I'm going to beat his ass regardless if he's
said that he's been shot.
Huh?
These are things that he told me. He said that he's been shot before.
That just means his homies don't care about him. My homies stopped me from getting shot. So fuck his homie.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah. And as far, I just, got to give you all the details that we talked about, because I gave him details about you too.
That just means he don't know how to move smart. Yeah, I heard he fucking has a problem with pistols anyway.
Hey, fair enough. Okay, and then, what, is there a case about pistols? Shit.
Hey, my boy Parry Punch got all the juice on his show.
Hey, the best podcast right here, baby.
You're on it, bro. You're on it.
Yes, sir. The new media coming in.
Yes.
Hey, but Sorry, I just got to ask because I can't ignore it. You know something about a pistol case? I don't know, but I know he does have charges.
Yeah, I've seen it online. I'm not gonna get deep into that because that's just business at the end of the day. Because everybody makes mistakes and shit when they're coming up and everything. So I'm sure he's done some stupid shit just like everybody else. But that don't mean he knows who I am still. Like that just means I move smarter than him.
Fair enough. I like that response. Now, I actually made a post and I said something like how he said, but it made no sense to me really. But he was telling me he was reading his Chinese medicine healing book, and then your name popped up in his head. And then you just told me that he sent you a scripture from that book. So it was some type of like healing remedy to get yourself better so you can heal up quick and then fight him?
Yeah, like it was respectful. It was a weird respectful. I didn't expect him to be a Chinese ritual type of guy from the looks of him. But I read it wrong, obviously. Yeah, he sent me a picture of him and was like, hey, let's, and I was like, I literally responded. I wish I had it, bro, because I screenshot and sent it to you. But I responded, was that a call out? Because I didn't know what it meant. And I even sent it to my homeboy that was in the group chat with us on the live, Gates. And I said, is this a call out or am I reading this wrong? And he was like, yeah, it's a call out, bro. And I didn't know what it meant. So yeah, he said it was a call out. He was so respectful. And that's why when I got on Instagram and thing, I see he's like talking crazy, like he's some gangster all of a sudden, that I was like, man, I just liked you a little bit. And he's actually what I was trying to talk about in the live when he was like saying all that white privilege shit and everything. I was saying that I respected him because he fought as a main event debut when I was on Icon. And I was watching, I was like, damn, that head kick was crazy because I think he got a head kick knockout or something that night. And now he's just a dickhead. I don't like him anymore.
Yeah. And I had asked him too. I was like, hey, so he was trying to tell you that he respects you. I was telling SD that. And then he's like, well, you don't got it. Because then I was like, but then you called him a white boy all of a sudden. And then he's like, but you don't got to respect me. He's like, you don't even know me still. So he's saying like, fuck that. He doesn't even want you to respect him in the first place. Just to let you know.
Don't matter. Yeah, that's cool.
So now there's no respect.
Yeah, I guess there's no respect now, but it's going to be handled regardless because eventually we got to see each other. So we're either going to see each other in the locker room someday or we're going to see each other in the cage, and I'm going to get my hands on him regardless. Okay.
And I got two more good ones for you. So about this white boy thing, right? I don't really take it as any racism or anything like that. I just think he it's kind of how he talks a little bit. I don't think that's my take. You have your take, but let me get this one off first. What's it called? But do you also feel like maybe he feels like he can't lose to a white guy in a way? Because that's a boxing thing where they be like, I won't lose to a white boy. You know what I mean? Like Caleb Plant gets a lot of shit because he's white.
No, it's 100% a real. I'm sure that's what it is. I don't think he's racist or anything, but I grew up in Baltimore, so I dealt with that with every sport that I played with because I was the minority at my school. So there was probably like 6 white athletes at my school actually altogether that were actually good. And the whole time that's what's being said. I ain't losing no white boys type stuff like that. But if you go back through my MMA career, I was probably told that at least 10 times. And all 10 of them times they lost to a white boy. So I don't care about none of that either. I'll be the white boy that beats them. And I don't know, bro. I don't listen to none of that. He can say all that white boy stuff. I've heard that my whole life. I'm from Baltimore. I'm a minority there, so it don't matter. I'm gonna fuck him up.
Right. Okay, and then so the last thing I got is because I want to give you a chance, right? Notre Dame. I told SD that your parents didn't pay for Notre Dame, but I also had to explain the fact that you forged your transcripts. It's just a part of your life. It is what it is, right?
Oh, yeah.
But I had to tell him you forged your transcripts and you ended up getting kicked out. That's when you were homeless and stuff like that. You had lost your mom and your dad within that window around like a couple years in between all of that. And so with that being said, right, SD says that his life story a little bit is, well, okay. With that being said too, SD says like he feels like he's better than you in a way because you cheated to get to college. And he never had that in his life. Hear me out.
Bro,
hear me out.
Wait, Reggie, bro. He's smoking that Reggie.
I don't hear. But he says that he never had that in his life because he got kicked out of high school when he was playing football. He had dreams of being a pro football player. He got kicked out of high school for stealing a car and joyriding it. And so that's when his football dreams got cut short. So he's kind of saying like, that's what I went through. I didn't even get a chance to forge transcripts. So just giving you a little perspective here.
Bro, I don't know if he's like trying to have I can't tell if he wants to fight me or have a battle of who had the harder life. Like, obviously people that come up in this sport are gonna have hard lives. We all had hard lives. We're trying to make it to the top. I don't give a fuck what he did when he was in Florida. Like, he can be be whatever the fuck he want to be. But I'm in Baltimore. I'm doing the same shit, trying to get to the top like him. But he's just adding all that extra shit in. Like, I don't care about all that. He's like, I want to fight. And like, cool, he got caught doing everything. That means that's like I said before, he didn't move smart enough. The people I grew up around made sure I didn't do nothing stupid. They did all the moves for me. We had to steal a car. Guess who wasn't in that car? Me, because my homeboy. Like, that's just how you move smart if you want to make it to the top. I've seen all that. I've seen guns. I've seen people go do stupid shit. My homies selling drugs, losing drugs, getting robbed. Like, I've seen all that. I've seen people shot, fucking dead, everything. Like, I just moved smart so I could get out of there. And as soon as I had the opportunity to get out of there, I left. I didn't get no scholarship for free. I forged my numbers so I could go to college, so I could get out of the situations I was in. Full ride, nothing was paid for from any parent. Everything I did was on my own, and I did that shit on my own with the help of my friends, coaches, teammates. Like, I'm still, like, the people I talk to over there are my teammates. I don't got no family helping me with nothing. I do this shit on my own, and I'm going to do it my whole career on my own with the people that I meet along the line that I change in the family. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I got away from that lifestyle. Obviously, he hasn't, and that's the reason why we get to the UFC, so we don't got to do that stupid shit no more.
Okay. Fair enough. And
that's gonna be a good. Hey, that's gonna be a good clip right there.
Yeah. This is a good interview. Last thing. And
wait, hold up. Especially with the background, it's majestic.
Yeah, right. Show on where you're from, right? You're still not in that great of an area. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we in Findlay, Ohio, man. It's quiet here. I ain't gonna lie. You ain't allowed to walk down the street in Baltimore. My boy Dumas get his ass took off in Baltimore. He walked down the street in Baltimore. He's get his shoes took off his feet. He might run down the street naked.
All right, last one. Last one. He says he's gonna knock you out deer style. Now, I asked him, did you see the clip or no? Because I asked him, he explained what that means. I could tell you.
I stopped listening when I heard how bad he spoke.
Okay, I'll tell you. Save you the trouble.
All right.
He said,
translate it for me.
Okay. He said deer style is when like a deer in the headlights, when it sees its prey, or like when it sees like it's about to get attacked, but they just sit there like they get took off on. So he says you're about to get took off on.
Bro, he be high as shit coming up with comebacks. He does. He has to be high as shit coming up with comebacks. I don't like any of that shit either. I don't know what the hell that means. I'm not no deer. I don't like deer. I don't even eat deer. I like eating food from Florida though.
Gator.
There's food good there. They got good seafood up there, I heard.
Yeah. Some gator. They're known for the gators.
Yeah.
All right.
So
fair enough.
I catch gators and strangle them.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
Strangle a gator. And he also says 50 G's is why he wants to fight you. He thinks he can make a quick bag off you, but maybe you'll both make a bag.
Everybody sees one fight of a fighter making a mistake and think they can just talk crazy, they grow a pair of balls. Where the hell was all these guys at before I signed a contract with the top kickboxer in the UFC right now? They wasn't nowhere. They see me make a little mistake and they're going to get their ass caught up in that octagon, getting in there with the wrong person. I'm going to fuck him up and everybody else that's calling me out right now.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, just like that.
We made a little mistake, Parry Punch, and we're going to get that shit back. It ain't the end. It ain't the end. I'm young. I'm healthy. I'm a little fat right now, but I'm getting the weight down. And we're going to come back, and we're still en route to the title. Ain't nothing stopping. I said it, 2026 will be a world champion.
Right. And I told him, too, I said, you know, he fought a really good guy in his first fight, so you got to consider that, too. But, hey, man, thanks for that shout-out, too, by the way.
Wait. Didn't Dumas get choked out by Josh Ram?
I believe he did, yeah.
That's bad. Losing to Josh Ram is this bad.
All right.
I'm going to spark something out with this one. Man, that's how I'm feeling, though. That's how I'm feeling.
All right. Any final words? I know he's got you riled up, so I want to give you your final chance.
You got my hyperstalosis kicking in. My underarms are sweating. I'm ready to fight right now.
Yeah. All right, bro. Hey, get back to training, man. I like that you're boxing and all that shit, too, so keep it up, bro.
All right, bro. I appreciate you. Always fun being on Parry Punch. We'll be back on here again soon.
Yeah, man. We'll get you on after your next fight, all right?
I appreciate you, bro.